So listen, I'm out for a drive this morning, and I'm thinking to myself, do you remember the story in the Bible where Paul goes to Athens, and he binds the spirit of Athens, of Athenian, of all the spirits that are there, of Diana, or whoever, she was Ephesus. But anyway, do you remember that story in the Bible? And then as a result of him binding the devil from the strong man of Athens, everybody in that part of the world threw away their idols and came running to Christ. Do you remember that part? Do you remember that part of the story? And so all he had to do was tell them where the church was and what time the meeting was, and man, they flooded in. And then he just preached the gospel to them. It was easy. No, you don't remember that story? It's because it isn't there. Paul said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. But he wasn't talking about going to a city and then I'm going to bind the strong man of this city. It didn't work like that. I kind of wish that it did, but it didn't. What he did was when he went there, he went to Mars Hill, he went to this place, and what he did was phenomenal. The Bible says daily, he did two things. He went to the synagogue and preached to the Jews, and then he went into the streets, and whoever would listen to him, he would engage. He would talk to them. He wanted to take the city, and why not? It was completely unchristian. It was a jackpot. It was like everywhere you go is a target. It reminds me of when Judy and I went to Ashland, Oregon. Beautiful town. It's very liberal. It's the only town I know of that has written into their town bylaws that you can walk naked through downtown. That's one of the things that's written into their bylaws, okay? Kind of liberal, if you know what I mean. And there's a tendency to say, well, I don't want to live in a blue state, or I don't want to live in a real liberal place. Well, I like it. Because everywhere you go, they're lost. I mean, not everywhere, literally, but I'm telling you, it was so much fun because you could just talk to anybody about Jesus, because virtually everybody was unchurched, and they didn't, morning, and they weren't, they weren't prepped with anything. You could just go to them and tell them about Jesus and pray for them and do all kinds of stuff. I love it. We went to Victoria. It was like everywhere we turned, nobody knew the Lord, it seemed. And so Judy and I, we prayed with several different people that just, on the beach or at the Empress Hotel or wherever it was, a hotel. I mean, because it was like that. And Paul, when he went to Athens, he was like, nobody here knows Jesus. This is great. But what do we see today? We say, oh, man, I got to stay away from that place. There are a bunch of liberals there. They're wild. They're whatever. I'm telling you, the warfare is going to be won. And the warfare is going to be won on the ground. Yeah, you got to pray. I don't want to minimize that and anything else. I'm just saying there's been so much emphasis on that kind of thing, although I wonder how many times or how much people actually do that thing. But that aside, because I know plenty of people who do, we got to go beyond the prayer and say, we're going to engage. We're going to go wherever they are, to the school board or to the city hall or to wherever it is, and we're going to engage them. How? That's what I'm going to teach you. Okay? There are at least 7 methods or more, but there's 7 that I particularly like that I saw Jesus modeling. And we're going to be talking about those things. I'm going to be teaching about it because they are amazingly effective. And I've used them to win many to Christ and, of course, do a lot of good business. All right, friends. That's it for now. God bless you.